Hello, Chairman Nevers and members of the committee. Thank you for this opportunity to talk about this important issue. My name is Joyce Haynes, and I am a veteran teacher of 34 years in the classroom, 3 years speaking and working on education as an advocate as president of the LAE. I'm so proud to represent the nearly 20,000 teachers and support professionals who make up the LAE. I'm proud of their commitment to great public schools for every child. I'm proud of the quality care and instructions they provide every day for Louisiana students, despite the scarce resources and sobering array of challenges. These educators are strongly opposed to House Bill 1033. When I taught middle school myself, a given student in my class for less than 1 hour each day, I had little or no influence on his or her upbringing, family life, habits, health, and I couldn't control attendance. I hate to admit it, but those are factors that impact on the lives of our students. And it also should influence what you think. Because when you look at House Bill 1033, value-added system of measurement, you cannot account for all of the variables that will affect student learning. And so that's why it is very unfair to rely mostly on students' test scores to evaluate teachers. And that is why it is unthinkable to think that an instructor's license can be taken or not given on the basis of student test scores. House Bill 1033 would undermine efforts to recruit and retain the best teachers in Louisiana, especially in high-need schools. A concern: the validity is questionable. Its approach of basing evaluations and certification mostly on standardized test scores is one that is not supported by research. Value added, the centerpiece of this bill, the concept, is important because it steps toward acknowledging teachers' contributions for student progress. And it takes into account where students begin. However, there are serious technical and educational challenges associated with this approach, which limit it, and primarily about measuring the measurement of an individual teacher's effectiveness. The proposed use of the data is not legitimate. Researchers believe, and we agree, that value-added methods are valuable for research on groups of teachers, and that was said here today. It simply is not appropriate as a significant measure for interpreting an individual teacher's effectiveness. There is a lack of sufficient understanding of how seriously difficult technical problems can threaten the validity of such interpretations. The DOE justification for that data was just embargoed, and it was said to inform uniform calculations and the release of accurate information, is why everyone had to sign an embargo recently here. It was a technical problem. I ask that you consider the unintended negative consequences for students that would result from this bill, as teachers are forced to focus on a single, narrow measure of achievement. Students may get better at taking particular tests, but they won't develop deeper understanding. They won't have the ability to use what they've learned in situations. House Bill 1033 would undermine our efforts to prepare students for complex and fast-changing future skills. House Bill 1033 is another unfunded mandate that would leave local school boards with the task of fulfilling the legislative purported goals. The stated purpose of the bill is to provide high-quality professional development for beginning teachers and reward highly effective teachers. As there is no funding provided for this from the state, the responsibility would fall on the cash-strapped locals. In closing, I'd like to say that the LAE stands ready to work with lawmakers in the interest of students and in Louisiana's public schools. I urge you to reject a proposal like that of 1033 that promised a silver bullet solution to school reform. I urge you instead to join the dedicated teachers and support professionals of the LAE in a serious effort to ensure great public schools for every child. It's hard, complicated work, and it will only get better if teachers know that you believe in them and you're not doing something to them. I want to urge you to think about the Delaware and the Tennessee who won the Race to the Top Phase 1. They had multiple measures. Delaware has multiple measures and 100% collaboration with every stakeholder. Tennessee used 35% of value added, but they've been studying value added for years. You heard Mr. Noel say that today. Sure, we look at everything that needs to be done, and I want to thank Senator Nevers for looking at amendments to help make it palatable. But our children cannot wait to have another failed reform. And I want to encourage you to know that 4 years from now, when we have another failed reform, we will have to start all over. And I want to thank you again for the opportunity to speak.